Hey, what's up? I'm on time! Yay! Oh my god, this morning. So, hi, first off, hi! Hello, how are you? A bit of housekeeping. So, I got up way too late today, so I've only just had my meds. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm full of nervous energy right now. So that's the first thing. You might notice, beginning of stream, I'm very hyped up on adrenaline. Second thing, I got new eye drops. And these don't last as long as the other ones that I was using. So I might have to do, quick breaks every now and then. I physically have them in the room here with me. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue. They're just a pain in the ass because they're like water. The other thing, I have new fidgets. So if you hear anything strange going on in the background like this, that's a fidget. It's like a jellyfish. It's called stretch jellyfish. And it's adorable. I love it. Hi, Pixel Fox. Oh, I don't have my overlay on. Shit. Hello, how are you? I think that's it for housekeeping. Yeah, fidgets, eye drops, the fish fiasco, which actually made me scared I was a little late today. Basically, Mum was cleaning the tank, fish got sucked up the tube, and then I had to get them out while they're in the dirty water. God damn it, there was like 3-4 of them, and they're all little babies too. But yeah, I think that's it. Alright then. Well, might as well just hop into the game. Now, last time. Pixel, I have no idea if you were here last time. My memory's horrible. Last time we found the dead body of who we assume to be Mukuro Kusaba, the secret 16th student that Kyoko warned us about before. Am I on? Yes, I am on. I'm not just talking to myself. You sucked up Seahorse Makoto? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Technically 4 Seahorse Makotos. Oh, ow. I also cut my hand before this stream. Because one of my fidgets rolled under the bed. So I had to get the ruler, and when I put the ruler down, I ended up cutting myself. So it's like right in the middle of the palm! And that's my mouse hand. What was I saying? Right, last time, Mukuro Kusaba. We're about to go into the class trial. Now, there will be a very important decision later today. Because, if you don't know, this game does have a good end and a bad end. You were there for most of it, missed a quarter, which was the end, yeah. Well, we're about to head into the class trial. Because right now, we're thinking Kyoko was the killer since, I mean, she couldn't access her room. But at the same time, everyone thinks I'm the killer, because I don't have an alibi, since I was sick in bed. Now, I think we had to talk to her? Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So...
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? I mean, I'm here, so technically yes. So, that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But, if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words,
I use Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. Ah, a master key. What? Kyoko's account.
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial. Okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because this is probably the most single crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would you say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? If you get out of the trial, yeah! Pixel Fox already knows what's going on. Oh god. What, I went down the wrong pipe. I'll go! I'm fine. Ow. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the doors slid shut. God, I love my jellyfish! This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. Let me guess! It was the light of despair, the darkness of despair. It was the blinding light of despair. Called it! Literally every trial.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Ah, I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed. Let's get on with the show! And let us go silent for most of it. And so, the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Thanks, Makoto. Yes, we want to save. Okay. Do I have any new skills? Extraordinary focus. Yep, put that in. Look at everything that I've missed. Oh well. Let's go over what we do know, actually. Monokuma file. Right. Victim exploded. Fake nails. Plus Fenrir tattoo. Fragments of dead body from the bomb. When it was found. Yeah, that's gonna be the knife. The tarp. The chicken coop. Byaku's account. Byaku say there's no corpse in the garden just after nighttime, right? Because then everyone else spent it in the gym. What it looked like before. Woodblock key, titanium arrows, bloody duct tape, Kyoko's account. Right, we found the woodblock key in Kyoko's phone. Keep that in mind. Alright. Let's finish our preparations and begin. We'll try not to choke in our water this time.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Of course I had to get the cut on my right hand too.
If you can figure out who done it, then I'll punish everyone besides. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Thank you, Monokuma. This makes me very nervous.
Well then, Let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other.
She's
explanation.
literally standing right there, Hero!
Kyoko's standing right there.
Thank you, Toko.
Oh, that's a ghost.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Hero.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
It should be obvious!
And let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her. The gloves? Yeah, because couldn't see the
Talking
face.
about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Fair.
Oh, you know, about it. The corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
You know, why can't we just kill Hero now? There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here, and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to... For fuck's sake. Hero! Why do you gotta do this to us? The fake nails! Kyoko can't wear gloves with fake nails.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Okay,
Okay, then prove it.
yeah, that
She's
is...
not a ghost.
Slow down.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
I want to chokeslam Hero right now. I want to too.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Ew, because of fake nails.
No. There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves.
You know what I should do? I should buy a seahorse fidget and call it Makoto. I saw a shark one in the store the other day.
Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right?
Yep.
It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
I want to bash my head against the wall.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
100% idea. I gotta find them though. Because I've recently been going on a shopping spree with fidgets. I have like 6, 7 now, and I want more! My favorite one's a fidget cube, but I can't use it on stream because it's way too loud.
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim?
Fuck's sake.
First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Okay, I already know who the victim is. Fenrir tattoo makes it Mukuro Kasaba. Plus the,
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
6-inch student, like Monokuma said.
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition.
That is true.
And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Boop. Nope, we can.
No, that's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
Ah, the tattoo.
For lying, he'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like,
Oh my god, no! Toko, no! Bad! Go to horny jail!
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
Thank you, Byakuya. If you compare the tattoo to other information we have, the victim's identity should be clear. That is Mukuro's profile? Mukuro's profile.
I got it! It's the Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
Tucker, I will goddamn throw you in molten iron. Please do!
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad...
God. Sometimes she is hilarious, mainly as Jill. But, yeah, she's too much for me.
would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is a wolf. He's from Norse mythology, if I remember correctly. Yeah, wolf. Where's he at?
Now I understand. The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology.
Yes!
Huge, world-ending wolf.
Thank you, Toko!
He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. And that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
But isn't... Yeah, Fenrir is Norse. But, isn't Mukuro the ultimate soldier?
What?
I think she is.
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
Nope!
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Someone who we didn't even know existed.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a coup last trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
Okay, here's my real question. Why is Byakuya the voice of reason in all of this? Because I know Kyoko's meant to be all mysterious, but, I'm pretty sure she should pipe up every now and then in here.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier.
Yep.
If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Simple answer, Mr. Know-It-All. Yeah.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
I mean, I get Byakuya's meant to be the ultimate progeny. Who is messaging me? No one. Go away. Just scammers texting me. I know it's meant to be the ultimate progeny, affluent progeny and all that. But it's like, really? Come on, let other characters have the spotlight. Except Toko. Toko can just fade in the background.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
God, I should not have woken up right before stream. I can feel myself wanting to go back to sleep.
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Aha, so she had a second ultimate?
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Thank you, Monokuma.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Seems that way.
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no. There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along.
No, Monokuma said there's only 16.
There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
It's either me or Kyoko.
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Yeah. Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects. Me and Makoto. Makoto the headmaster.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there.
Yeah.
So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs.
Wait. There's 6 of us, right? Kyoko, Makoto, Byakuya, Toko, Hina, and Hiro. Yeah, 6. Right, yeah, so that is possible. I don't know why. Just then I thought, no, that's impossible. If 2 people had to go to the bathroom, one would be left with Monokuma.
All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis.
Ah, Kyoko and I.
Me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko, and said me and Makoto. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Of course I am.
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at, well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
I think it was 9?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
So what time was the body discovered? At 9.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m. since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
Yep.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
That's true.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Yep. The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Okay then, it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Okay, I have no clue for this. The only thing I can think of is probably sprinklers.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
So because I know sprinklers go on at 7:30 every morning.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
No. Ooh. The body was dry. I'm pretty sure the body was dry.
For the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock. Yep. And
Yeah, until 7:30.
that's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Oh no! There's something that happens in the garden at the same time every morning. Thinking back, the corpse was almost totally dry. In which case, I should be able to figure out when the body must have appeared in the garden.
We've established a time frame.
But I have no clue!
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Maybe I just gotta...
That's more than enough time.
Maybe.
So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be.
Because I'm currently thinking maybe I need to break the 10 o'clock at night.
We've established a time. It took place
Somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
No. Oh no! Am I missing something here? Sprinklers, fragrance, exploded body. No, it has to be sprinklers. And one way to find out. Oh, that is the right one! I mean, there's only two and 7:30 didn't work.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
That is true.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How?
I threw water on the body?
Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
Toko, no.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Man, you're totally wacko.
Apparently just figuring that out?
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Tucker with certain evidence. That should do it. If we look at the body itself, that should make it clear. Ah, fuck!
I admit nothing. I hate you. No! You don't know anything. Hold on. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything. Hold on. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything.
Oh, I did it!
How can you say it wasn't the sprint?
This should prove it.
Yes!
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers.
The band-aid's already coming off! God damn it!
The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
We're just going to move right past
Let's
that.
just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
Oh my god.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place
After 7:30.
sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
Yeah.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
Seems like a pretty good motive if you ask me.
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
You know, the fact that this is so simple makes me think Kyoko isn't the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain
The
substance
top!
from getting wet.
A certain something at the scene that was used to cover the body. Could it have been it? Was that tarp? Tarp.
My God! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
But wasn't there fresh blood on the body? And if it's perfectly clean and there was fresh blood, then wouldn't it have gone on the tarp? Plus, we still have yet to figure out the duct tape and arrows and whatnot.
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I am the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Alright. I think it's the blood. Body before the explosion, that's definitely it.
By covering the body with the tarp,
Yep.
the killer prevented it from getting wet.
Seems
So the
true.
reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
Yeah?
That's because that side was protected from the water.
No, not that one.
Shoot!
Ooh.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
That is true.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
That is true.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless.
Yep.
That side was protected since it was facing down toward the body. Of course it didn't get dirty.
That's what I needed to break.
No, it's wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right?
Yeah.
Yakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they used it.
Then why leave the other side dirty?
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
But that still doesn't make sense, because the sprinklers went on at 7:30 and I was with everyone. If I used blood to camouflage it after the sprinklers went off, I would not have had time because I didn't go to the garden.
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
They got blood from right there in the garden, right? Which must mean... Oh, there was one less chicken! Chicken coop chickens?
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood?
Yeah.
Man, that's messed up.
What's messed up right now is my eye. I need to put in more drops. Give me a moment. Thankfully this doesn't take long, it's just a pain in the ass. Because again, they're like water. And they're single use too, which means I have to use it all or I just end up wasting it. You know, being right under a light is not helping. Ugh. Yeah, you know I'm gonna complain to my doctor next time I see them. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Because the whole reason I had to be put on these drops, they are prescription by the way, is because Doc reckons I'm having an allergic reaction to my old ones, since my eye's been rather red recently. I don't think that's it, I just think eye drops aren't getting the areas it needs to. Fun times! It goes in the bin.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right?
Uh-huh.
But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it.
The card's also backwards, but eh.
The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
I mean, it's possible.
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so.
No, it was backwards.
No. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off.
Okay.
But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred.
Right, so it's still in that period where I have no alibi?
They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off,
Am I smart enough to do that? I don't think so.
wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe. But still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. This guy's body. Okay.
Well then, looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
No.
Oh,
See? Pretty good idea, right?
no, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
Oh, right, that was the thing.
One we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about
It
it?
doesn't look all the way through, though.
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Listen, more important, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? What? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
It's just... I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Alright, what are our bolts this time? Skies, fragments... Disguise their body? No.
The knife we found lodged in the
Ugh,
dead body.
I don't know about this one.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
That one's true.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it.
I'm
Makoto
thinking
did it.
fragments near, because that is
Just
the
because I
bomb
had
that
the
we...
knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
The bomb we got from the dismantled
Well,
Monokuma.
Stab is what killed her, right?
Yeah, man.
So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
Stab, stab.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
I don't know. We already established that the coat was put on the body after the top was removed, which means when the knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
I don't know.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
That's true.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
I'm guessing I have to
there's no
copy
question.
something.
You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
We already established that the coat was put on the body after the top is removed, yeah? Which means that when the knife is thrust through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
Oh!
Same one we gave to Makoto.
No.
Shoot!
Oh! So, this is my thought process. If getting stabbed was the fatal wound, oh, what was the disguise for?
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
What was the disguise for?
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had the that automatic?
Well, getting stabbed is what
No.
No, that's wrong.
The whole reason for disguise was to not disguise the time of death.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro.
Yeah, because the stab wound was already from the bloody chicken.
That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body.
Yep.
Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
I don't know why that took me so long to figure out.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
What would be the point? The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot. No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see. Monokuma file.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
To be fair, I did too.
Then the knife
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing.
Makes sense.
The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
Nope.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't
fuck's
make
sake.
any headway on this.
Why can't you do it? There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion. It was the bomb! The, fragments of the dead body.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
Yeah!
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh, then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute.
But is it the same bomb from when we dismantled it? Because if it is, then there's no way for me to rig that up before I met up with everyone, which means it's Kyoko.
They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
Also, if it was Kyoko, how the hell did she get the knife? I mean, she was in our room, to be fair.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. Well, I'm horrible at that. Make your argument. Alright. Monokuma file number 5. What was in that again?
Then
Stab
shall we
wound?
continue the debate?
No.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Yeah?
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right?
No. Oh,
Then
whoops.
there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
No. Oh, there was? There was evidence?
Shoot.
Oh no.
Shall we continue the debate?
The victim's fatal.
The explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't then.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she
Miss.
was hit on the back.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
No, that is true. Fuck.
Shoot.
Fuck! I really shouldn't be doing this right after I wake up.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
Oh, do I have to copy
And
something?
it wasn't because of the knife, right?
No.
And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it.
And more than that, the victim had suffered
Countless wounds
Countless
across her
wounds?
entire body.
I don't know.
Then shall we continue? The victim's
Fatal injury has yet to be determined.
Oh fuck, wrong one. Oh no, I'm dead!
Shoot.
Yes, I want to give it another shot. Okay. Okay. Take another sip, people. There's a giant crack in the bottle. No, it's just my hair.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
Do I need to copy this?
Explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Mmm.
Well, yeah. She was already totally.
And it wasn't then.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it.
and more than that, the victim had suffered
Countless wounds across her entire body.
No! The knife was a cover-up, and all those other wounds on her body weren't fresh. Okay? Which only leaves... Oh, the back of the head!
Continue the debate. The victim's fatal
injury has yet.
The explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't because of them.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that.
Copy that. And then we go back to the fatal injury.
Countless wounds across her
I don't think it was countless wounds though. Fuck.
The victim's fatal
Injury has yet to be determined.
There we go.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
No.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
And to be fair, she was part of a mercenary corps. So, yeah, those are probably just scars. I really should have thought of that.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon? The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
No, had no blood on
How
it.
is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
Why don't we test that on you, Toko?
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We do?
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto.
Oh, for
Sure,
fuck's
you
sake!
produced the real murder weapon?
The real murder weapon. I have no clue. What's it, the chicken coop chickens? It was titanium arrows?
I got it!
Oh, it is!
Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed him.
It helps Olga for once doing that to Hero. Why don't we just try it on Topper though? And then do it on Hero.
And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hema for downing it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. Is it to do with the duct tape? The bloody duct tape! I think it's the duct tape.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right?
Yeah.
It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Yeah.
No, he's wrong. You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Lay it on us, Makoto.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled up wad of duct tape.
No, I need it for you. I'll try and keep it out of the mic's path. But if you hear like a clicking sound or this sound, it's the fidget cube. I'm like struggling to concentrate here.
The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? You even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
Never been to the dojo.
No, but the woodblock key was in your room.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I have evidence? Evidence? Whoops! Nearly dropped that! Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. Must be connected to the dojo locker. The woodblock key. That was in her room! Didn't Byakuya take her key?
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
Yep.
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you?
Ooh.
Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue? Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... She killed someone? For me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
The key, Byakuya! What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? When the body was found?
Those words you just spoke, what do you mean?
Exactly
Good question.
what I said. I'm not the killer.
Yeah,
You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker.
yeah.
And then left the locker key in my own room. Correct?
Oh, wait, oh, fuck.
Could I really have done that?
Wait, Kyoko gave her room key to Byakuya, right? Yeah, I think I have to copy.
I'm not, but you
You should understand that more than
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No, that's not that. I think I have to copy the fact that it was in her room, and then...
Those words you just...
Exactly, I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated it. You said I hid and then left.
The locker key in my own room.
Correct.
Yeah,
Could I really have done that?
I think I'm on the right track. I just need to
Exactly, I'm not, but
you should understand that more
destroy the
Master would never hide.
there's proof that you
proof.
aren't the culprit.
Boom!
Yo, what's wrong? If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room
Yep.
Why not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room,
then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without
Yeah.
my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There's a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie? Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me, and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. The Mastermind's trap. The Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... The Mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro? And Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. I have not seen a lie! But who can I trust? To be fair, I am sort of fading in and out of paying attention. What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here, right now, whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Oh my god! Right, so this is the moment of truth. Bad end. Bad end. I'm... Should I do the bad end for the content? Or should I do the good end? Either way, someone's gonna get executed this stream. Oh, I don't know! I don't know! What does run away do? No, running away isn't gonna solve anything. I have to decide. Oh, fuck, fuck, fuck. No, we're gonna save. I can't save! Oh no! Oh. Maybe I should pursue it for the content. Oh, fuck! I can't save. Oh no! Fuck it! For the content! For the content!
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko's definitely lying, and it must be because there's some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden. Kyoko's account. Oh,
I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya.
that's true.
There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Ah, da, 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 da.
No, that's wrong.
For the content.
No. Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself. Didn't you, Kyoko?
Actually, to be precise, not quite. I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school, which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
Then, are you saying you really didn't... Kyoko, you really aren't the killer?
Okay, time.
Oh, Monokuma!
Huh? I'm sorry to say, but your time is up. All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
Suspicious. He's never done this before.
But that's ridiculous. Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you. But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Kyoko. There she is. Which means it's execution time! Good job. You got it right. Brilliantly right. We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko!
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Is everyone ready? Okay then!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Whew. Kyoko has been found guilty! God, that'd be terrifying. After school lesson. Come on, let's go! Oh, that's a reproductive system. So, Kyoko. I had to do it. I had to do it! For the content! And that's how the class trial of Mukuro Ikusawa came to an end. I still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent or... Regardless, the truth was lost forever. Even for me. I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuro's class trial. And in the end, it proved to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We had obtained peace, in exchange for the lives of all the others. Peace, but only inside the school. Okay! So... I want... Now, this is one of the reasons... I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to do the bad end. Because remember, we hung out with Hiro. And Hiro said that the mother of my child and his child would be the same woman. And Makoto was like, no, for the love of everything, no. Well, look at this ending. What do you know? Hiro was right. Boom. I'm happy. And Toko's also dead, so... I guess... What's the word? Happy times? Good ending. This is good ending, question mark? Peace, but only inside the school. Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Hope. Hope. Hope? This is hope?
No! This isn't right!
Huh? You know what we're gonna do? System save. And we're going to go on a very short break because I need to refill my bottle, put on another band-aid because it is hot. So I will see you all very soon. Ignore me talking into the water bottle then. See you soon. And we're back! Mum's talking shit about me and then I had to sit. I had to just stand there and listen to them. Anyway, let's get back into it. I will be ending the stream after the class trial. You'll know when I finish. Hope it shouldn't be too long. I might do a little bit more after the class trial, so it's just a bit more balanced. But yeah, because how long we've been going? An hour and a half? Yeah, we're good. We're good to go for like another half hour, probably. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Her claim? Oh, thank fuck I don't have to redo the entire trial. I was actually a little scared of that. That's why I wanted to save. Oh, that's right. I have to... Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. You already know what to do. She's not wrong. I have to think about this very carefully. What do I do? We will let it go. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
Yep.
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
It's me. I did it.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Oh, the bear strikes again.
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time!
Is it just me, or is he angrier than when I called out Kyoko?
So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
I probably got like a D. No, see? But hey, I still got an A in total. 90 medals. Boo.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
It's me, isn't it? It's me! What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yes, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong! You've got it all wrong! I didn't do it!
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone! Good job?
Yep.
Yeah! They got it right! No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey.
It makes perfect sense! It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials. And I'm gonna end it the same way. It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Well, guys, that's the end of the playthrough. I'm dead. Enjoy the good ending. Same punishment though. Oh, really? It's the same lesson. Alter ego! Alter ego, thank you! Nice form, Makoto. Just dropping down, just sitting. Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that... yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter ego. Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell! I don't believe this! It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing! It was a pitch, an itch! The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get a smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again! To waste away in the garbage street pit! In a way, that's an even better special punishment! But it's still not enough. I'm not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? So what the hell is going on?
calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words,
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So,
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hawks Peak Academy. It brings in top students for every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hawks Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. Nug. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Go. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell, because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself, and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First start was to start looking for a way out of there. Giant door! Rattle rattle, it's locked. Rattle rattle. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decide to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next I search for some water. How can I show which liquids I can drink, and which one's an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least the full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep, and put in more eye drops because my god. I hate it when I feel all over the place like this. You know, it really doesn't help that when I put in the drops, I'm staring directly at a light. I should probably do it this way. No, that doesn't help either. A little bit time to settle. I mean, at least the good thing with the eye drops is I don't have to worry about them becoming watery because it's too hot. We're going through like a heat wave where I am. And thank God the fans can go full blast. That band-aid's already come off. Oh, fuck it. Looks like it stopped bleeding anyway. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Gut crunch. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Food? Water? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Kyoko!
It smells awful.
This place smells awful. Look at her, she's got Naruto there! Cop Kokubi. Doesn't she really like cut ramen? Actually, that'd be pretty ironic if she did. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
Oh, she should have left in the Narutomaki! First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Phew, that hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So, you still haven't given up then? Of course not! After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Okay, let's get out of here. But, Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there's a reason I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Host Peak for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Host Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least, I did. Once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing. You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school. I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean, somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of this Somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind. One of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into a missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there's a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be in the mastermind. That was just my intuition, but I see. Yep, I'm too stupid to be in the mastermind. Or is it I'm too pure? Your intuition was right though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been in the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Good. She's like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah. It's nothing. It is nothing. Right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just a personality. Okay, so how do we get out? You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember. but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Havoc Peak was someone I had to find here in the school. Who? You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Havoc Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Havoc Peak. Kyoko's dad. Is Havoc Peak headmaster? Then that explains... When Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved... I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko? What's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point. But when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto. I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said that based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, and the desk drawers were dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms, using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Is this some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Havoc Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured that the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that, if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So I went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. Okay, can we get out of here now? Okay, nah, I gotta talk to Kyoko more.
However...
Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you, either. I know you're right, but that just means... Everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then, who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared. And in retaliation, They wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you're free to explore Hope's Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. Oh!
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There's a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. The quote-unquote dream! I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Yes, when I got the fever! Do you mean during the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases, just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dawns, and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room, and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to whoever the master assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And the murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind, in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. It's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So, what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. Just a little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair.
It would seem.
Need to hydrate. That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. When they're
Indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Chapter 5 finished. Nice! Island Rocket. Yes, I'm going to save, and that is where we will end it for today. So, thank you all for coming. Pixel Fox, thank you for hanging out in chat. I don't know if you're still there. If you are, thank you. Thank you everyone who has been lurking. Now, tomorrow I will be playing Pokemon Violet. I'm not 100% sure what I'll be doing. Maybe I'll take on the fighting. Maybe I'll take on the fighting base since I didn't get to do that last time. It'll probably be a bit of grinding, but shouldn't be too much. So, until then, I'll see you later.